One will come out just as good as other ones. You know how this goes down. In a few short seconds we shall begin the next awesome exciting LEGO custom that awaits us. Oh boy. Shouldn't be too long. And now the menacing Mysterio is finally here. Hey guys, welcome to LEGO DC Series Custom Builds, and here are again with another awesome exciting LEGO custom. And continuing on our list of requests is the menacing Mysterio from the comics. So not wasting any time, inside we go to create our next awesome exciting request. And of course, that means MCU Mysterio is up next right after this one. So first of all, we are going to make Quentin Beck the guy behind the helmet. So inside we go. Now, I did love digging, and from what I've seen, Quentin Beck's majority look is wrong side. Is that he's got the hairstyle of majority of his hairstyle is like the Darkhawk / Ron Weasley hairpiece. So that's what we're going with. So scrolling on into the hair, we want the bowl cut like so. I'm making it black, and now that's ready to go. We can go to custom head 28. I think he might be a bit older, but I'm just trying to get accuracy on comics. Actually he is old. He's about that age. Really? That's as old as the Vulture, I would say. We'll see about that. Custom at 28. Where are you at? Yeah. So I'm gonna go custom at 28 because you could go really classic Mysterio, where he's that old. But I'm really I just see Mysterio being a younger guy than that, because he's like a stuntman / actor / special effects guy, and I feel like someone of those suitable talents to me personally, would be a younger guy. That's just me. So I'm gonna make him a custom ed 20. I'll still keep the thumbnail the same. I say will, because I want to keep that classic comic book appearance. But I always see Mysterio as a younger guy. That way he can do more, more scheming stuff in his youth. So custom at 28 for my Mysterio, and scrolling on now to his arms for his suit. I'll get rid of the wings real quick when I get these arms done. So Alfred arms, and we're going to have a dark brown tux. Now let's get rid of these wings like so. Where was I at? I had something. Oh yeah, comment section, that was it. And now I need to get my hand sorted. Probably what I'll do is I might change the thumbnail a bit, because if you look up comic book Quentin Beck at his face, he actually looks very old. And I can't buy. You could argue that it's his technology that's doing that, but I would like to, someone as an actor. To be fair, his story is that he can't get another acting job again or something like that, because he doesn't have a face that carries, and that's why he goes into the life of crime that he does. But it's that story. But I just like the concept of Mysterio being a younger guy more than Mysterio being an older guy. That's just me. Because there are other stories, like in the animated series, where he causes an accident, and because of that, it's why he becomes a supervillain. Yes, I don't need spoilers from Far From Home, even though I've told many people not to do. I keep running into them, so please aim to do as least amount as possible about that movie as I can. So no spoilers about Far From Home, please. Now where was I? Chest. Preset chest. Should be Clark Kent around here. I'm looking for the red tie. There it is. And darkest brown for the torso. And we've got our hip piece. Now we can finish up the tux. So we don't really have a brown piece there. What I'm gonna do is I'll just make the trousers black. So animated series, Joker legs, and black them up like so. And there we go. And then of course our effects, put them on black. Hit impacts, black. And then you want to go to the weapons, get rid of that like so. Personality. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments below. Put in the comments down below what you think. Do you prefer Mysterio as an old guy or as a younger guy? Let me know. Do you prefer the story where it's like, oh, he doesn't have a face that carries, and that's why he should become Mysterio, or the fact that he caused an accident and that's why he should become Mysterio? You know, because he caused this bad accident to happen with his special effects, because they were so dangerous and they caused an accident and someone to die or something like that. Let me know what you prefer, a young Mysterio or an old Mysterio. Green hearts, which I've already got on, thank God for that. Voice 2, target module. Well, actually, take it back. Mysterio has more of a grand voice, so voice 1. Target module stars, basic speed, animation, martial artist, because of his skills as a stuntman. Tap square fighting, hold square, lunge attack number 2. Tap circle will be your, when I get to it, explosive pies. I could see him getting away with that due to his special effects. Hold circle will be a drone access, of course, so scroll into position. X button, I can see him doing a double jump due to his abilities as a stuntman. And then we'll go on to the skill set. Gravel gun, I can see doing his special effects, light grip for the cable, and I'll give him a purple gravel gun because he's going to be Mysterio. Good. Technology access, acrobat, wall climbing, mind control. Well, this is all due to special effects, really. Telekinesis. Chorokinesis, beam deflection, goon command, X-ray goggles, tracking. Might to throw some out here. I'm just going to throw out his Mysterio-like powers, so get rid of chorokinesis, add the illumination, beam deflection, remove that one, go for the stealth. Younger version makes more sense for an actor. Yeah, that's what I thought too. And I think that'll be about it. And now we've got our Quentin Beck. Villain character would join the Legion of Doom for obvious reasons. Save character, and there is Quentin Beck. So outside we go. Do 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 do. That's the one thing I think the comics should have done a bit differently, is give him a younger body that carries. I mean, I get what they were going to do, have an older guy, but you know, there's a lot of old actors that can get parts in the movie cinemas. Tap square fighting, hold square, lunge attack, boom. Take what's his name? James Cromwell. He plays the farmer of Bay Pig in the City. He plays that guy in Fallen Kingdom. He plays the villain in... Actually, I don't want to say that movie because that will be spoilers. He plays the Doctor in iRobot. He's an old guy, so I can't see why Quentin Beck, if in the comic books, I can't see why Quentin Beck couldn't. But then again, someone's going to say in the comic books that, oh well, he did all this other stuff too. But if it was solely about the age thing, then that's unjustified. But yeah, tap circle is his explosive pies, hold circle is his drone axis, which you are about to see when I get out. Yeah, tap circle, hold square lunge attack, and then you've got the drone axis, and you can detonate it like so. And you've got the double jump. But yeah, now we've done Quentin Beck, it's finally time to build up to the main event. It's time for the menacing Mysterio! And I've got about 20 minutes to get this done, which I should be able to. What, 40? Yeah, around 20 minutes, I'd say. So, scroll on over. Do 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 do. So, the way I saw this, now before I start off, I will not be using the Mr. Freeze headpiece, and the reason for that is, look, if you do that, it removes his cape. That's what I've figured out. Whenever you use an attachment piece, it will remove the cape no matter what. Now, of course, we want to have Mysterio both with his cape and his helmet. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use the head as his actual helmet. So to do that, I'm going to go to heads, pick a head that carries, like the old man head here, number 38, and essentially make that entirely white when it comes to his features. So white for that, and wrinkle section also white too. Now that that's done, we'll go to the skull head like so, and then of course we'll make the entire head white like that, and we've got a white head. And now of course we're going to remove hair, and then we've completely got our white dome going on. I'm not going to add like the dome piece like I did to Red Hood, because that would make it a bit more oval shape. Now we're going to move on to the cape real quick, and add that like so. And of course his cape will be purple on both sides. Now to be fair, if I look at my image of Mysterio, he actually has more of a magenta type cape than a purple one. So it's not really purple, it's more of a magenta. Purple, so give or take that. Anyway, now that's done, we're starting to get a good grasp of Mysterio. So hopefully you can understand why I'm doing Mysterio this way, because you can't use like the Mr. Freeze helmet because it's going to get rid of the cape, and I don't want that. So now that we've sorted that out, we're going to go to a neck piece and provide a neck piece for some gold attire. Will this remove anything? No, it doesn't. I don't want that. Just take a look at these. Okay, that does get rid of it. Now let me see if I can add the cape again. Okay, it doesn't want to keep that. What I'll do is I'll have to use a torso piece for that. Going on to the arms now, which will be sleeved arms. You want to have a... Let's see what shade of green Mysterio is up with. Dark green. Second darkest? Yeah, second darkest green. And he's got like lime green gloves. So, also get those hands lime greened up, like so. A lot of Marvel Spider-Man villains are green. Vulture, Green Goblin, Mysterio, Lizard, and Scorpion. A lot of them. So now that that's done, we'll go on to our torso. We're going to do like a classic look, so we want a bang belt here. And that will be that second darkest green, and of course a lime green belt. Now that that's done, we're going to go for the hip piece, of course. And that will also be lime green as well for the pants. And of course, same thing applies to the leg section here. Chocolate green for the top, and lime green for the booties. Very classic Mysterio. Now for the effects, of course, well, I can go crazy. I'm going to give him purple, because I just like the concept of purple as a color. Style free. And with all these effects, you can go crazy with Mysterio and his powers and stuff, because he can pretty much do whatever you want him to. So hit impacts and all that stuff. I'm not going to give him the glowing hands. Or maybe I would, just to make him a bit more intimidating. Number 3, and I guess I could make them like electrical, you know, to make them hint that he's like, oh, I'm actually using technology. It's not real magic. So I'll make that purple there, that. And then we'll go to personality, and I've already done most of this stuff. I think I'll give him the robotic voice due to the helmet. But I think, well, taking that back, I'll stick with the voice one. Yeah, the voice one seems to work best. And I'll give him Mercy Grays, because we know deep down that he's using technology. You can keep it on stars if you want to, but that's up to you. Moving on now to the abilities, which I've done pretty much most of them. Some need to be switched around, of course. So we're going to switch around the lunge attack for, I guess, not sure, an explosive attack. First of all, we need to go to the lunge attack, of course, and then apply explosive attack number 2, and make that a silver explosion, and make it a 4 effect, and make it purple, like so. Tap circle will be, of course, teleportation, I guess, for Mysterio. And then hold circle will be a beam attack, so he can have some energy blast. This is why it's good to do the secret identity stuff, so that way you have two different versions and you can have different ability sets. Number 4, heat beam, and of course that will be purple because that's how I like to have my energy for this character. I'll have it doing 2 hands for Mysterio. How many Sinister 6 members have you made? I really can't tell, to be honest. I really haven't kept track. You can look up the members if on the list if you want. You just type in LEGO DC Superheroes Custom Builds, and whatever Spider-Man villain you're looking for, just type him in and see if I've made him or not. And if I haven't, you can request them as customs. Because it's always important to check the either the playlist or just type in a request to see if I've made it, because that helps your case out. But yeah, carrying on, I've only got like 10 minutes to set this up. I think I'll give him flight because I can, because he's Mysterio. And hyper jump as well, but I'll need to get rid of a power set to do that. I also need to make him grow, so I'll need to get rid of illumination. And what else is pointless here? Goon command. So throw in the growth. And what was I doing? Oh yeah, flight, or hyper jump, that was it. And now we're on the ability set, which I've pretty much done everything I need for Mysterio. So there's that. So if you've seen me doing Quentin Beck and filling with powers, you'll keep up with what I've done. But actually, I'm just going to do this one more time, just to remind you guys, if you haven't been paying attention, to what I did on the skill set, which are as follows: gravel gun, technology access, acrobat, wall climbing, mind control, telekinesis, X-ray vision. I think I did goggles, but I can switch it now to helmet. Tracking, and of course you want to have your stealth in there as well. Hi WWE, save character, and Mysterio is officially mystified. So for what it's worth, it's not going to be perfect, of course, due to limitations. I couldn't do the Mr. Freeze helmet thing, like I said, because it would get rid of the cape, and I didn't want to do that, because that ruins the theatric of Mysterio. So for what it's worth, hopefully I pulled up a decent portrayal of Mysterio for what I had to work with. Let's go over here real quick and show the abilities. Tap square fighting, hold square is his explosive attack, tap circle is the teleportation, hold circle is the energy beam, and of course you've got the flight mode and the hyper jump respectively when I get it working. There it is, boom. And let's not forget the growth ability, if we can get this one right. There it is, where he grows giant size on Mysterio with his illusions. If you've seen that classic PS game of Spider-Man fighting giant Mysterio. But yeah, there it is guys, my attempt at doing none of it than Mysterio from Marvel Comics. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit a like, comment, go subscribe, that good stuff. Hit the notification bell right in the corner to stay tuned where I go DC Sims custom builds and various other content on my channel. And join us next time as I do the MCU version equivalent of Mysterio in my next awesome exciting LEGO custom. And yes, I have not seen Far From Home, but I do know what he looks like behind the helmet and what he looks like with the costume on, obviously. So there will be a few changes between those personas. And remember, there is of course an upcoming Q&A coming at the end of this month on July 31st. So if you haven't already, make sure to go to that upcoming Q&A video to put in your questions for the upcoming Q&A, so you can put in your questions down below of that video. And that being said, of course, you know who the next custom is, of course. It is Mysterio from the MCU. I'll see you guys in the next one where Mysterio from the MCU awaits. And remember, please don't spoil Far From Home for me, because I have not seen that movie yet. Next time, guys. Peace.